Stampin' friends, this is Lisa from Live and Let Stamp, and today I am making this sweet jar card. It's a sweet jar card, but it's also a sweet jar card because that's the name of the set that I'm using to make it. And this is part of a bundle that includes the stamps and a punch to punch out the jar and the lid. So we'll be using these today. Thought it was a perfect time of year to do a Valentine card. Just let me get set up here. All right. So I chose this because it not only has the Valentine theme, but it also has clovers for St. Patrick's Day and of course the hearts. And then these are actually cookies and those are the chips, but it also kind of looks like jelly beans or Jordan almonds. So that's perfect for Easter. Also does birthday. So this is a card kit, and it includes the Valentine card, which you will get this in time to make your Valentines. If you spend your qualifying order, I will get it out to you the next day. But you'll not only make this card, then you'll have the kit to make the St. Patrick's Day jar card and the cardstock and DSP to make this cute little, it's sending a little sweetness your way. There's not a happy Easter in the set, so I just did sending a little sweetness your way, but if you have a happy Easter stamp, you can certainly put that on there. And finally, a cookie jar for a birthday card. And look at these candles and look how evenly they're separated. Well, exciting news. Stampin' Up! Has a new tool that is only available right now to demonstrators or to those people who sign up to be a demonstrator. So if you're interested in being a demonstrator and joining my Stampers on the Run, little homage there to Paul McCartney's Band on the Run, huge Beatles fan here, you can get this new tool free. And I'm gonna be showing you that tool. I'm gonna use it today to do the jar card that I'm making for Valentine's Day. So let's go ahead and move these. Oh, we have a stowaway there underneath. There we go. It's always good to have tools. And I'm going to be gluing these on later. So I'm just going to move those out of the way and get started with our card base, which is real red. Perfect color for Valentine's. And this is going to be a standard A2 card. So I'm going to cut it at 5.5 this way and then score it at 4.25. And looks pretty lined up there, except for right there. So I'm just going to kind of line that up, hold it really tight, and then you use your bone folder to correct it. You get really good at correcting anything that's off. See, look how perfect that is now. Absolutely perfect. So we're going to be putting a layer of embossed white, basic white, using the Hearts of Love 3D embossing folder. This is not in the bundle, so this is something that I will emboss and include in your kit. Just had to do the hearts for this card. And let's go ahead and add this. So if you're new to card making or new to my videos, you'll notice I put a lot of this Stampin' Seal on the edges because when you emboss paper, you misshape it a bit and you can get some buckling on the side if you don't put a lot of adhesive around all the edges. And I don't like buckling things on my cards. So there you see everything is down really, really well on that embossed piece. Next up, I used a lot of different DSP in this kit, which you will get cut to size. You don't need to purchase any DSP to make these cards as they're shown. For this Valentine's card, I went into the Made with Love DSP and decided to use this one. And the colors in this are Real Red, Strawberry Slush, Bubble Bath, and that looks like Poppy Parade maybe, but it's all different shades of reds and pinks, which makes it really nice. So this is 1.5 inches. You know, I'm gonna do it on this side. No, I'm not. I'm gonna do it here. It doesn't quite go to 1.5 on that side. There we go. Just have to get it all lined up and get my fingers out of the way. And this is 5 1/4 long. And this is just gonna go on the side right here. So let's go ahead and put that on. You don't need as much adhesive. 6 little pops of adhesive here will hold it fine. The Stampin' Seal is really effective, holds really well. Okay, so it just lines up there. Perfect. Now, let's go ahead and make the jar. So here is the new tool. So excited. Ta-da! This is the new Stampin' Up! Stamp Positioner. And I know you're probably getting some reflection from the lights, and I'm sorry about that. Just bear with me. So a couple things right away. I've had different stamp positioners. I've had 3 different kinds actually. And the things I love about this one, this is huge. If you have a stamp positioner with the magnets, you know, you're like trying to move them and get them off of the paper, and I would wind up like sliding mine off because I could never pick it up because the magnets are, you know, magnets. So these are in little cases. Look at that. Pick them up, put them down. It's fabulous. Oh my goodness. I don't know why nobody thought of this before. It also, you can purchase grid paper, which fits on these little lines. Little dots, sorry. There is a centimeter ruler there. There is a 0 in the middle. Inches are here with 0 in the middle, so you can line things up, because that's what this is really good for. And then this is how I did those birthday candles, all very even. It also has a mark here for like if you wanted to do a diagonal, perfect diagonal, and put your stamp there, it will do that as well. It can be used this way. It can be used this way. So very exciting, very exciting. These push down because that's how you get your good impression. So you have these that push down at the bottom, and I know I'm gonna have to move this up for you. So these will line up and go here. These go here, and the whole thing pushes down to do your stamp. So let's go ahead and give this a try. I have made exactly 1 card with this, so I'm not claiming to be perfect at this, so bear with me. All right, I'm first going to, I'm just gonna stamp my jar. I don't need to use a positioner for that. I know, lots of crinkles. Let's just get the jar. We're going to need the jar, and we're going to need this kind of background shading there, and we're going to need the hearts right here. And for our sentiment, we're going to need this. So I'm going to get these out. And this is sending a little, and then blank your way. And in the blank is going to go the word love. Okay. Move these. All right, so I'm going to stamp this in black ink. And I'm going to put it over on the side because I know when I put it in my punch, I'm going to leave myself some paper here to help hold it. Okay. Now, this is going to be my first layer, and I want it to line up right at the bottom of the jar. So I'm going to put on my magnets. I'm going to put this right where I need it. And I'm going to think ahead because I know I'm going to use this later for the second stamping. At least that's what I see myself doing in my head. Okay. All right, so I'm going to pick up this stamp with the large plate. So I'm just going to push it down, and it's going to, I think it moved. No, it looks good. Yeah, it did move a little bit. I kind of have to get used to where to put the, okay, that looks good. So for this background layer, I'm doing strawberry slush, which is that lighter color. I see a cat fur invading right there. An invader. Woo! All right. So I just made these cards like last week, and now I can't remember if I stamped off for this or not. I moved it again. Sorry. Like I said, I have not practiced this. Okay, so I'm going to ink up my stamp. And push it down. There it is. Now, I think I did stamp off though. That looks really dark. Oh, I did. You know what? I'm going to do another. Going to do another. Sorry about that. Let's get that black ink back. So I just want you to see there is always a learning curve, even when you've been doing this for many, many years. Okay, so how am I going to stamp off? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this little piece of copy paper right there. All right. So this is also nice to have your Stampin' chamois that you can just pick up and wash your stamp like this when it's on a board. But I am going to go ahead and take that off. And I'm going to make sure it's very dry. I'm going to put it where it needs to be. I'm going to put the magnets a little closer. And the key is to not push down really hard when you're picking up the stamp. I think I pushed a little too hard because you don't need to push hard at all. Okay, so I'm going to stamp off. So I'm just going to lay a piece of copy paper right there, and then I'm going to ink up. Then I'm going to stamp. And then I'm going to take that off, and I'm going to stamp again. Yay! That's the look I was going for. And now we want these hearts to line up. There's like a half heart there. We want to line up with that edge. So get it right where you want it. And, oh, you know what I did? This over. Pick it up. This time I'm going to use real red. I want that bright red. And this one I know I don't want to stamp off. Okay, I'm going to put that in there. Press and up. And it's right where I wanted it. Right where I wanted it to be. And that is not where I wanted that to be, on the floor. Okay, so that's how you use the stamp positioner. So when I did the birthday candles, I took the birthday candle stamp and I put it on this one so I could push, re-ink, push, re-ink, push, re-ink, etc. And I'm just doing this really fast, so I'm not getting it inked up well. But that's how you do a repeating pattern. And I think that's going to be a really nice feature. Well, it already is a really nice feature of this new stamp positioner. So I do love it. And I'm excited to learn more about it and get better at it for sure. Okay, so we are going to need that red one more time because we're going to need to stamp our sentiment. So the sentiment you could also use with the stamp positioner to make sure you get that word love right where you want it. I'm just going to eyeball it to save some time. So the sentiment itself is black because you want that love to pop out with its redness. Sending a little, and now we need a little love. And stamp. Yay! So I like the way the love stands out with the red. So this is going to go on this die cut piece, which both of these are die cut from Everyday Details. This is a retired set, so you will get this in your kit. These already cut out for you. Okay. And now we want to go ahead and, oh, we do need to do a lid also in red. So I'm gonna get the lid stamp. You can just die cut red cardstock to make the lid or whatever color you want. Like I did. This is actually tone on tone with the strawberry slush. And then this one I did gold because of the background, the gold in the DSP. This is from the specialty DSP that comes with the, no, it is like Splash of Beauty or something like that. This is from the Easter set, this plaid one, the Easter DSP, which is specialty. But for this one, we're going to stamp the lid in red on white cardstock. And you know what? That was strawberry slush, not red. Let me see if I had that labeled. See, I don't have my label in there. That's what that second label is for. So I have one strawberry slush there, and I need to move this one to the inside, right there. So this won't happen again. But that's okay. It's a punch, so I think I can just still use the same piece of paper. We'll see how that works. See, this one I do have my real red in there. All right, now we're ready to punch. So this is the Sweet Jar Punch. I'm just gonna line up my lid there. There's the lid. And the jar, I'm gonna need to trim off some of this bottom part so I can get it in there. We're just gonna line that up. And there you go. So right now, this, or as of over the weekend, this jar punch was not in stock, unavailable. And because of that, if you order the kit, I'm going to go ahead and punch the pieces for you, and then all you have to do is stamp them. All right, so we've attached this, we have our jar, and we have our card. So our jar is going to go on a diagonal like this. So let's go ahead and add that. And I'm going to use my liquid glue. Right about here. And the angle is because it's kind of like the hearts are floating out. That's what we're going for here. And the lid has fallen off. It's in mid-fall. Like right there. And now we need to add our hearts. So our sentiment's going to go right about there. Okay, so I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool. I'm going to use the putty tool with that because it picks up. And I'm going to start with these larger ones escaping. You could even slide one like there, like it's just coming out, except you can't see the tip. Okay, so there. And then, by the way, these are die cut from the Endless Love Suite. So in the kit, I will go ahead and send you all these hearts already cut out in real red and strawberry slush. may not need to use all of them. These tiny ones. They're really pretty, but they're really tiny. Let's have one here, because I want to get it all designed before I start gluing, so I can kind of look back and go, oh, I think I need another red one here, and maybe another one up here. Whoops. And I don't know, maybe here, get up there. Maybe put that one there. I know I'm way too picky. All right, so then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold my glue, and by all means, if you know a better way of doing this, please put it in the comments. So I'm gonna do the pick tool with my left hand, gonna drop a spot of glue, and then I'm gonna hold that on, get rid of that. So this way I can just put the glue down, put the heart where I've kind of pre-done it. And whoa, there's a little bitty heart there. Okay. This is a labor of love. Ah, get it? So I used only the stamps that are included in the bundle, but you could certainly put a Happy Valentine's Day on this. Whoa, those little ones. There you go. Move over just a little for me there. Okay, do I have them all? Nope. Gotta put that one on. Whoa. Okay, I think that's all of them. Yay, none fell off. Now I'm going to use some dimensionals. I'm just going to put on a couple of these. So I don't know if I mentioned it, but when you join Stampin' Up! In February to be a demonstrator, you are able to get that stamp positioner. I had to pay for mine minus my demonstrator discount, big perk, but you will get one for free. You will get it for free. And it is $49, but you will get it free on top of getting $125 worth of product for $99. So you're basically getting $125 in any products you choose on the Stampin' Up! Website, and a $49 stamp positioner for $99 with free shipping. And it's just such a great deal. It's a wonderful deal. So that is our card front. So on the, oh wait, I forgot the bow. So this is the real red and white twine. And I'm just gonna tie a little bow. This is always fun to do on a video. Try to get it just right. It needs to be a little smaller. It's gonna go right there. Cut this off. pull it tighter and then pull these through to make the bow smaller, but I really want a tight knot. So it won't want to come unraveled. And I'm just going to pull these down. And you can do a drop of glue or you can do a glue dot. I did a glue dot. And these glue dots are a little bit big. Even though they're the mini ones, they're still a little bit big. So I actually will cut it in half. So there's the half that's left there. And I'm just going to use my fingers to peel it off and kind of roll it to get it a little bit smaller. And I'm going to put it right there. Perfect. And then the bow's going to go right on top of it. And I'm going to pull these down. You can still adjust the bow. Okay, and I think that's just a little bit too long. There. So cute with the bow. So now we're going to do the inside. And I'm just going to use a regular 5 1/4 by 4 of the white cardstock. And I'm just going to use the sweet jar set. And I'm going to take these hearts and these hearts. So we're using a lot of the set just for this one card. Okay, get those turned over. So I'm going to, let me get a block. I'm going to put the 3 hearts there. Make sure I have real red this time. Like so. And then the 2 up in the top corner. Let's go ahead and add that to the inside. You know, just that little pop of color, just a few little hearts, just makes all the difference. When you open it up, uh-oh, I think, oh, well, no, got a little out there. Need to put in my refill. And we're just gonna put that right inside. And there you go. Sweet jar card. Let me show you those card kit with a qualifying order of $40 on my website. You will get all the cardstock, all the DSP, and any of the punches or die cuts that are not a part of the bundle. You will get all the DSP, all the cardstock. It's a great deal. And if the jar punch is not available, then I will punch those out for you and send them to you so you can just stamp right on them. So all you'll need is the stamp set. And of course your ink and glue, and that's about it. All right, so thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for watching. Bye.